What is the difference between life expectancy and then longevity? Hi, my name is Ahmed. Welcome to the Longevity Caucus. And on today's episode, we will be discussing two most important concepts in the field of aging. One is life expectancy, and the second is longevity. Now, talking about life expectancy, this is the average number of years that an individual or an infant is expected to live. Now, this is dependent on two most important factors. One, which is the geographic location they live in, as well as the time in which they are living in. Now, when we talk about longevity, anytime an individual significantly lives past their life expectancy, we term that as longevity. Now, let me explain this much more. Let's say the life expectancy in country A is 60 years, and then the life expectancy in country B is, let's say, 80 years. Now, for this person in country A, when they live up to 70, 80, or 85 years, those numbers are significant, right? So they're a lot, and so we would call that longevity. However, for the person in country B whose life expectancy is at 80, when they live past, let's say, 5, 10, 15, 20 years, they live up to 100, 105, those numbers are significant, and so that is what we term as longevity. Now, the reason why I have been stressing on the fact that these are dependent on the specific geographic locations as well as the time that you are measuring this is because one, for example, in the year 50 years ago, or for example, in the year 1970, the US had a life expectancy of 70.8 years. However, 50 years later in 2020, the average US citizen was expected to live up to 78.9 years. And I believe this is probably increasing. And how in China, 50 years ago in 1970, the average Chinese person was expected to live up to 59.2 years. However, 50 years later in 2020, this rose to 77.1. And in India, the average number of years somebody was expected to live was up to 49.7 years. However, 50 years later in 2020, this rose to 70.8 years. In West Africa, Nigeria, 50 years ago in 1970, the life expectancy for the average Nigerian was 41.5 years. Yes, 41.5 years. However, in 2020, this rose to 54.7 years. And I believe you are monitoring the trend that this is bringing. So it means that even, over the past 50 years, there has been an increase in longevity. And it is very likely that in the next 50 years, there are a lot of people who are going to live past these years. Now, the twist is that this is even significantly different, even in the various states or cities, or however you have this demographically segregated your cities, right? So let's say in the US, for example, in the state of Ohio alone, two different cities have different life expectancies. One city, according to a study by the Scripps Gerontology Center at Miami University, Oxford, Ohio, found that there was a 29 years gap between two cities in the state of Ohio. Why do we have such huge age gap between these two cities? There are so many factors. And this is why the field of aging and then longevity is very important to study. And the most important thing I would like to educate you on, you watching this, is that I would like you right now to search for the average life expectancy wherever you are, and at least this is going to give you a fair idea of the number of years that you are expected to live. Now, you just look and then assess yourself. Do you really want to live longer, more than the average number of years or the life expectancy at your geographic location? I know there are several factors that could count in based on several factors, but on average, if you would like to live, considering all things being equal, if you'd like to live more than that, especially as somebody who is, let's say, in your 20s, 30s, 40s, or early 50s, it means that you have to make significant decisions that would impact your older adult years. And so I'd like this to be a source of empowerment. I'm not trying to scare anybody. I like this to be a source of empowerment. Just make the search, know this, and then know the average number of years that you're expected to live, and then take the necessary actions that you are expected to take based on your own conscience and then what you expect for yourself and then your loved ones. Hi, my name is Ahmed once again. Please make sure you subscribe as you're watching, like, comment, share this video to all your family and friends, and then please help us by doing all this to keep us to help us to be able to keep the content going. If you have any other topics that you'd like us to explore or explain, please make sure you leave those in the comment section, and then we would be in touch to create more engaging content videos. So in conclusion, life expectancy is the average number of years an individual or an infant is expected to live, depending on a specific geographic area, as well as the time being. And then when we talk about longevity, it is the number of years or significant years that an individual lives past their average life expectancy. So the most important thing I'd also like you to know, take out from this video, is that these statistics represents more than numbers. They represent, one, the average health of a group of people, and then their quality of life, as well as the prosperity. That would be however you define it. And so considering this, I would like you to take this as a source of empowerment to make the necessary steps to be able to achieve your health goals and then quality of life goals. Thank you, and then I'll see you in the next episode. Peace out.